Are you a fan of the TV show Top Gear? Do you wonder how the Stig can drive really, really fast, and yet Jeremy, he's so very, very slow? Well, let me show you. So here we have a diagram of the car in the corner, and you can see that this is the path of the car, and yet the car has got an attitude angle to the path in which it's travelling. So there's the instantaneous direction of the vehicle, and there's the centre line, and this is our attitude angle. So what happens if we were to increase the attitude angle? Then the car would follow a tighter path, and if we were to decrease the attitude angle, then the car would travel a wider path. Now let's have a look at the diagram above, and we can see the same sort of thing happening, except that here we're looking at each of the tyres individually. So initially, when we turn the steering wheel, then you can see the steering angle of the wheels, but in actual fact, the wheels are travelling in a different direction. They're travelling at a slightly lesser angle, and the difference there is now called the slip angle in the two tyres. So we've turned the car in at the front, and then the body of the car forces a slip angle at the rear of the car as well. Now, the car has to have a slip angle, the tyres have to have a slip angle for the car to turn. So what we can see happening here is that the rear of the car will slide outwards. So that's where the attitude angle comes from. It comes from the slip angle in the tyres. And Michael Schumacher says that the best drivers have got a feel for the car, that they can feel this change in the attitude angle of the car and then transfer that into the control movements, if it's a steering wheel movement or a change of the throttle. And that's how they control the car, and it gives them instant feedback. So the other interesting thing is, how does it happen that we've got the tighter path, the oversteer, and the understeer, the wider path? How does this actually happen? So if we moved over to this diagram, and we've got the front wheels of the car and the rear wheels of the car, and this is the lateral force. There's the path at the corner that the vehicle is travelling, and this is the lateral force at the front. And you can see that that force would cause a rotation of the car in this direction. And then at the rear, we've got a force that would cause the car to rotate in the opposite direction. Now, if these two are in equilibrium, then we say that the car is in neutral steer. So it will follow the path that we intend for the vehicle, like so. Now, if these forces were, these rotations were not in equilibrium, were not the same, then we would either get a rotation of the vehicle in this direction, so that would be increasing attitude angle, or if this one was predominant, then we would get a rotation in the opposite direction. That would be the understeer direction. So there you've got it. That's the reason why the Stig can drive really, really fast, and unfortunately, Jeremy, he's still very, very slow. So if you're interested in handling and in race car suspension setup, then check us out at www.racingcartechnology.com.au, and I do thank you for viewing.